Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back. New Age TV, episode 3. We're back. We're filming location. We can't tell you that.
Redacted.
All you know, it's what's that? Is that a car muffler?
No, it's a spray paint can.
It's an oil can.
Spray paint.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. We're going to be talking about toxic people. Would anyone like to elaborate on the thesis?
Yes. So
Of course you
essentially, you know, come across in life, and especially now we're in high. Yeah, let me stand on my soapbox.
Here.
That's gonna.
That's safe.
I mean, it's breaking.
So yeah, lots of you know,
So,
you go to high school, middle school, you know, it's just you and your buds drinking your chocolate milk at lunch, whatnot. You come to high school, ooh, this is where the big boys play. You got drama, you got backstabbing, you got monkey men, like up there, little monkey man with his little monkey hat.
what is that, Curious George?
But essentially, if you have goals and you have aspirations in life, if you feel like you're going nowhere, and you're going nowhere fast, a good place to start looking.
Ow.
A good place to start looking is the people in your life, because a lot of the times you have a lot of the times there's, like, you know, external forces that are preventing you from, you know, moving on in life or becoming a better person. And yeah, it's good to start with looking at the people, seeing, you know, who's really got your best interests in mind, who's there for you. Not to name any names, but Jarrell Glover, who lives in.
I need help.
So you get mad when Miller throws snowballs at your camera, but you throw rocks at mine. That's pretty cool. I'm glad to have a friend group that.
I have frostbite on my toes.
If you got bad people in your life,
Dude.
I hope to God it got
I aimed it there on purpose, knowing not to hit your phone.
No, he just missed.
I wouldn't smash your phone.
This is one of those skills you really have to develop in life, and it's probably easier now, like when you're in high school or off, you know, in your late teens, early 20s to develop. But it's a really good skill of knowing who and when to just like cut someone off and just like separate them from your life. I was about to say separate them from their life, but so Mike, I'm gonna give you a little thought experiment.
Okay.
Say you got a close bud. You've been buds since middle school, because he gave you a Pop-Tart, a cherry Pop-Tart, and you know, years go by, whatnot, and you know he starts he's getting a little shady. You know, he's acting a little goofy. So Mike, back to our little thought experiment. So you know this guy, what was his name?
Ron Glover.
All right, let's say his name's Andy. Come on, Andy. If you keep hanging out with toxic people, it's gonna send your life, your friends' lives, just like into a hole until you can get them out of it.
Okay, so who's in there?
If you got someone like this in your life, the best way to go, don't try to go out with some big, like, you know, I've been thinking about this all night, I'm gonna get him, I'm gonna say this one thing, slam dunk. They're gonna be like, oh dude, I'm sorry, I didn't know you felt like that.
Stop moving.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, I mean, you could talk to them and try to help them not be toxic. Help them if they're on drugs, get them out of that.
That should be the first step, though, is you try to help them. But a lot of the times, what will happen if you do have someone really toxic is when you try to, if you try to help them, if you try to point out the errors in their thinking or their mindset, it's either they're immediately going to put it back on you, say, you know, oh, you're you hate me, you're gaslighting me, that kind of stuff. Or, you know, they'll just like come up with excuses. If that keeps going, then you have to reach a certain point where if you try to help someone, if you try to get them, you know, like say they're on something, you try to get them off it, or like, I don't know, if you try to help someone and they're not taking your advice, you
Get out of it.
Yeah, you have
Just
to
go.
you have to reach a point where you can't care. You can't care what happens to them.
You gotta just go for it. Get out of there.
I need a bigger.
Keep throwing at that pipe.
Break the brick before it breaks the- Is this the elephant's foot?